All right, Ruthless fans, hope you're doing well. This is my review for Season 2, Episode 9, entitled The Ritual Bath. Yes, I woke up early and saw the episode not too long ago. Started around 4:15 and I just finished. It was about 45 minutes long. I honestly don't know how to feel about this episode. I'm not going to say it was bad, but at the same time, I just feel like some characters didn't seem to be acting consistently. I'm not talking about their performance. I'm talking about the characters. Some of them, at least in my opinion, felt a bit off, where it's almost like, I get it. These episodes, well, honestly, this did pick up where the last one left off. I just feel, okay, it'll be better explained once I get into the review. Honestly, this felt longer than 45 minutes because while some scenes kind of dragged, others were like, oh, damn, okay, we're going there. Okay, this is, and then that cliffhanger ended had me going, what? So I do have probably 3 discussion videos or theory videos I'll be doing aside from this review. I need to look for more information, but next week is episode 10, and that technically should be the mid-season finale because this season only has 19 episodes. But I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10. Again, it wasn't bad, but I do feel some things were off. So let me just explain everything in detail. You let me know what you thought about it. If my score is a bit too low, or, if you feel the same way as I do, who knows? But without further ado, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below, and hit subscribe. Yeah, I probably feel a bit out of it, even though I woke up a few hours ago. I watched The Oval, Delilah, and Ruthless back to back to back. But yeah, the ritual bath. So the first scene more or less was 10 minutes. We go from Andrew and Daikon underneath the trailer to them seeing the highest about it. So let me just try to put it together. There's nobody underneath the trailer. As my theory video, I said, what happened to William's body? Daikon isn't buying Andrew's cover story because things aren't adding up. Everything happened so fast, brother. I didn't want anybody to see, the women or the children seeing the dead body. So you said this happened so fast, yet you had plenty of time to think about everything else, the women and the children. And he's like, brother, let's not do this again. You doubting me? Oh no, don't you get defensive. That worked last time. It won't work this time. So basically, he tells the story of, he came up to me, says the highest was hurting him, raping him, and he was going to kill the highest, and then he ran away. Andrew caught him, they fought. He wouldn't stop flailing, so he decided to choke him out, and that's when he put the body underneath the trailer, because Daikon's like, how did the fight get underneath the trailer? Brother, it just happened so fast. It was just a fight. I didn't know. Okay. To be completely honest, I think a better explanation, and again, this is just me trying to think of a lie, but I get it. Like, when you're caught up in the moment like that, you're probably not thinking completely straight, even though, 99.9% of the time, Andrew has been shown to be able to think under extreme pressure and come up with convincing stories. He could have easily said, something along the lines of, William tried to escape and hide underneath the trailers to get away from me. Then we scuffled under there, and then that's when, I choked him out. But whatever. But in any case, he's like, okay, we're going to go to the highest to explain all this. So they go to the highest, and turns out the highest was the one who went to get the body. I touched him, and he lived. He's in my bed now. And the story you said, Andrew, that's not the one he told. What? So basically, he says, go tell one, because Daikon's like, can I talk to the boy? No, let him do it. So William is in the bed. Andrew sent in to, wake him up because the highest he called him, boy, boy, but there's no answer. So Andrew goes in there. He's covered in flowers and all and glitter. If you remember, at some point during season 1, I think it's when Lynn went to the compound and she got pretty much, drugged and pretty much gang raped by, well, actually, was it a bunch of guys that raped her, or was it just Daikon? I forget. But I'm talking like early season 1. I mean, honestly, if you are just watching Ruthless on BET as it airs episode to episode, then, that's probably where you're at in the series. But I just remember back in season 1, the Rakadushi put her in her bed at, her and Brian's house. So honestly, seeing William and Lynn in those similar situations just took me back to season 1. So he's in the bed, the flowers and everything. And Andrew's like trying to poke him. It's like, your highest, he's not going to wake up again. He's dead. Okay, I'll talk to you in the morning. So then from there, Daikon keeps asking, what did the boy say? And then, the highest is just saying, hey, give him a ritual bath to give him a proper burial, because he's pissed off at Daikon. It's like, he was the boy. Well, we'll find you another boy. It's like, that was the one I wanted, Daikon. Gosh, I'm so disappointed in you. It's like, you always have to test everyone, and now the boy's dead. I'm confused as all hell. Okay, I know the highest is out there. I just feel like in this particular episode, we're seeing a completely different highest than the one we did last episode. And remember, I know it's 2 separate episodes, but they picked up right where they left off. And I was so thrown off by this. I'm like, okay, so 1 minute he doesn't give a damn about Andrew killing the boy. Okay? He doesn't give a damn. I'm wondering, was William actually able to wake up? I mean, because like Andrew said, there are footprints everywhere, and he could tell the body was drug away, but Daikon wasn't buying it. This is the highest we're talking about, he basically believes his own hype. He's basically Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so he said he touched him and he lived. I think that's bullshit. I mean, he did say he wanted to talk to Andrew in the morning. He did say his story William told him was different than the one Andrew told him. I honestly don't know what to think or who to believe, because I do believe William, as he was in that bed, is dead, even though the highest said he was alive a few minutes ago. This is as random as, let's say, if Miss Laura drugged Jean's body from underneath Jason's bed, and she lived for like a couple minutes, and I don't get it. I honestly do not understand this scene whatsoever. Plus, it just kept going on, and I was like, what did he say? And I'm thinking, damn, yeah, it's like Andrew and Daikon are asking the right questions. I, for one, I like to know what he said. So, yeah, I honestly don't know what to make of the scene. All right, so then we go over to Paula and Lacey. They're getting up to leave, but then they discover, like, the doors, the windows are locked, and the elder mother actually comes in, and I was under the impression that Joan and Tally were the quote-unquote supervisors of that trailer, but no, the elder mother is, well, not Marva, but the other elder mother. She pretty much is the one who watches it, and she pretty much says the doors and windows are bolted every night to make sure no one escapes. That other elder mother from the yellow trailer? Oh, no. Oh, red trailer? She in a punishment trailer, and I'd be damned if I'm being punished. Go to bed. He's like, why are you two going to the bathroom together? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it the last episode where Tally was trying to leave, and she said I had to go to the bathroom? Or no, the episode before last where Yancey had come to the window to get Tally. Tally got up, and then Joan's like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to the bathroom. Oh, okay, well, I got to get up too. What do you mean? I got to go with you. You're not allowed to go to the bathroom by yourself at night. And it's like, hold it till the morning? Yeah, I will. So in this situation, why is this elder mother asking why 2 individuals are going to the bathroom when I thought it was like one person has to go to escort the other? See what I mean about inconsistencies? So after they're sent back to bed, Zane's like, see, I told y'all. And they're like, Paul and Lacey like, you know what? Bump it. First chance we get daylight, we're going to get out of here. That's not a good idea. Well, damn it. It's better than being locked up like an animal. All right. So the next morning happens, and we're at Brian and Lynn's place. And to be honest, even though I was like Brian in this situation, it's like, why the hell are you acting the way you are, Lynn? I'm not going to lie. That was kind of sexy the way she was coming on to him, even though she was honestly trying to get rid of him. I was like, I would have been like, hey, you stop. I'm not. Basically, she comes downstairs. She was like, wait, why didn't you come sleep in bed with me instead of sleeping on the couch? He's still pissed at her about the whole situation about sleeping with Malcolm. And she wants to talk about it now. But, you know, he's trying to shower, go to work. And basically, she's going to enjoy this, basically just taunting Brian and whatnot until he leaves and never comes back. Basically, why don't you help me? I hate to say it, but in Lynn's eyes, Brian is just a simp. That's all he is. You're a little bitch. You know, you forgive and you're so loving, yada, yada, yada. But then Brian calls out, no. Here's what you want to do. You want to talk and then you want to start a fight. Then I'll be your excuse to leave and get high or do whatever the hell you want. And I'm not going to do it. And that actually is very true, not just in like marriages, but in any sort of relationship, like, you know, a mother, a parent and a child, or, you know, just friendships or siblings. The one person is like, they love to fight and start up stuff. But if you don't respond, basically when you start ignoring them, that's when they get all, you know, wait, why don't you talk to me and all this stuff? So, yeah. So he gets up to leave. So we go over to Andrew and River. You know, Andrew's on watch, and River actually helped the highest move William's body, hence why there were plenty of footprints around. And he was the one who essentially arranged for William in the highest, I guess you could say William to be the highest, his boy, to cope with all of his needs. And from there, he also tells Andrew, is like, hey, I know you're different than the other ones. You think rationally, and I see you tossing and turning at night. It's not easy coping with a murder. So basically, William's plan was a setup, the entire thing, pretending he didn't like what the highest was doing. He was only 17. Andrew's like, well, the boy was 17. He didn't know what he liked. Oh, yeah, he did. So basically, you know, it's almost like if River is trying to recruit Andrew for his plans to escape, basically build a compound within the compound, so to speak. And he was like, hey, don't doubt the rational. Keep it up. All right, so then we go over to Mac and Brian. And, you know, we see Malcolm. I knew it was Malcolm in the background. I could tell by the hairstyle. But, you know, basically, Brian's telling Mac to investigate the sheriff because he's just suspicious something's off about him. Mac doesn't want to do it. But then he also brings up the fact that, you know, wait, Mac, why is Malcolm here? What's Malcolm here for? And he's uncomfortable being around him. And Mac is like, look, I know the whole situation with him and Sarah, but we'll have to deal with this after the investigation. Brian, even though you can tell he's caught up in his own emotions based off the information about, you know, the affair between Malcolm and Lynn, it's just the fact that he makes a good point. It's like Malcolm is a powder keg. How do we know he won't blow this whole operation up? And trust and believe we'll get to that soon enough. But, you know, he also says, you know what, Mac, just look. If Malcolm stays here, then I'm going to have to transfer to another, you know, department because I can't be in the same location as him. Mac is pissed off because if I'm not mistaken, going back to like season 1, you know, Andrew was already in the compound. So Brian was technically like the #1 guy at the time still in the FBI. So that's why he was put on the case. And basically Brian's like, look, I'm not going to tell you what's going on. If talk to Malcolm, let him tell you. So the elder mother actually snaps at Joan and Tally because they were sleeping in. First of all, I'm like, what the hell? We got another character acting out a character. But as the scene went on, I understood why she was snapping at them because you could just tell she's paranoid. It's like, I'm not going to any punishment trailer because of you slackers. Basically, get up and get dressed. Y'all should have been in the kitchen a while ago. And it's just like one of those parents or grandparents, aunt situations. Like they're yelling at you, telling you to do something. But then when you're doing what they're telling you to do, they get mad because you're ignoring them because you're cleaning or you're getting dressed. And it's like, make up your mind. What do you want me to do? So I'm not upset about this scene because her demeanor actually makes sense because, like, look, that other trailer, I'm not trying to get punished like that elder, so y'all better get up and do right. So I'm not mad at this. This actually, yeah, this scene was a bit like, oh God, here we go. But it actually makes sense in the context to why she was acting the way she was towards Tally and Joan. All right, so then we go over to Melinda and the Marva, the other elder mother. And, you know, Melinda's all perky. She's happy. I got the phone back last night. Okay, that's great. That's great. Oh, and you got $1 messages. Yes, I'll listen to them immediately. Oh, I already did. He wants you to come see him. Oh, wear the same clothes to not make it seem like you have options. That was actually pretty damn clever. First of all, I was thinking, wait, why is she so nice all of a sudden to Melinda? But then I realized it makes sense in the context that she obviously was annoyed by Melinda's constant over eagerness, but at the same time, after Daikon snapped on their plan, but then basically, hey baby, I went to speak to the principal and he got your mean old teacher in line. Because I think I made that comparison on Instagram where Daikon was like the teacher that caught Melinda with a cell phone in school, whereas the elder mother was the parent in the situation. I gave her that phone for emergencies, and then she went to speak to the principal, the highest, in order to get it back. So I feel like elder mother's demeanor in this case made sense because of the fact that getting the phone back and doing the work of the highest means she won over Daikon. So in that case, it's like, hey, Melinda, keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. Go ahead and get dressed. So then we go over to Brian arriving at the sheriff's office, and Pocus is there, and he pretty much just says, hey, I know you don't like me. I'm probably going back to the city. I can't, small town life ain't for me. But Pocus, like, because he thinks Brian's going to be the next sheriff. Like, no, you're the next sheriff. He pretty much asks a couple of questions like, hey, do you know what the sheriff deals with Rakadushi? No, he doesn't, because they don't even like dealing with authority. So do your research. Okay. So then he leaves, and Brian calls somebody, but I don't know who he called. I don't think we ever followed up on that. We got Andrew on guard. He's just walking around, and Ruth comes up. He's still mad about the Tally Yancey situation, about the bus meetup. And she brings up how, Yancey has the master key, and, she was trying to get it. And I mentioned in my notes here, kind of like Jason on the Oval, him getting one of the master security keys from Secret Service. Weird times, man. Weird times. And she wants to leave. Why would she want to leave? Because this place is paradise. Like, Andrew, don't believe that. Ruth, get the fuck away from me. Okay. All right, so then we go over to the sheriff arriving to the station, and Brian, they talk, and this was a pretty heated scene. Turns out, and I don't believe the sheriff, but here we go. The sheriff says he had already gone to the compound and got the money for the truck repairs, because remember, Dale's parents were the older couple who had their truck stolen back in episode 1 when Tally needed to get a new vehicle to make it to the compound. So from there, he'll go up to their house this afternoon to give him the money. And Brian is like, well, fine. I thought we were going up there together, but I'll just go back up there myself. And then the sheriff is like, look, if you go up there, I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? Why not? Because if you go up there again, Brian, all those people in the compound are going to die. And if that's the case, because he's like, look, are you involved with them somehow? I'm trying to keep the peace. Look, if it turns out you're involved with them in any way, I'm going to shut this sheriff station down, and you'll be the first person I arrest. Well, do what you got to do then. So then he leaves. Little young son of a bitch. Man, I was like, damn, Brian. Okay, so from there we go over to Ruth and Tally, and it's pretty much the same rinse and repeat. Let's recap what's going on. Oh, this young girl's in here watching over me by elder mother. Oh, I'm in the same room as Joan. What? Yeah, she cries every night. She's crying a lot over the people that were killed. Well, she should. What do you mean? I saw the bodies. They were in the trailer that Daikon was pulling around. Oh my God. So she's not going to tell Tally anything about the highest, because look, the last time I said anything about it, you started tripping, and we ain't going to go through that. But she brings up the whole Yancey situation, how he's harassing her, and that he said he'd go to the highest. But basically, Ruth's like, let's try to get Andrew to help you out. It's like, but he doesn't want to talk to me. It's like, well, he saw you on the bus, so he probably wants to kill him anyway. So I'm like, damn, Ruth, that's quite ruthless. So from there, we go over to Mac and Malcolm back at the FBI station. I think what really I liked the episode was we got, even though things at the compound felt a bit, I guess you could say, well, aside from repetitive, out of place, so to speak, I'm glad we also got a lot of stuff from the outside characters like Mac and Brian, Lynn. I think Cynthia was like the only character we didn't see, and it's debatable if that was Sarah in the shower, but I'll get to that later. But in any case, he wants to hear the situation about Lynn, basically, Brian's wife, Malcolm denies it. It's like, oh, so he came in here and told you. Oh, he didn't tell me anything. Well, he told me something. Well, let me see if your story lines up. So in a way, it's almost as if Mac is the highest, and it's the debating stories between Brian and Malcolm, just like it was between Andrew and William, assuming William was actually still alive, but whatever. But in any case, he chews him out because of the fact that I don't believe the fact that you didn't sleep with Lynn. And Sarah is actually back at the house because she wants to she wants to feel at home, and he's there to protect her. And he's like, are you freaking idiot, Malcolm? If the cult finds out she's there, they will kill her. You're still suspended. Get out of here. Fine. Okay, whatever. So then we go over to River and Ruth is like, fine, you were right about Daikon, and fine, I need you to help me. Okay. First of all, the Yancy situation, she doesn't go into extreme detail, but she mentions the harassment thing. And I like how River's like, oh, okay, I get it. So women in your eyes are the only ones who could be harassed. Let me tell you about your elder mother. She harasses some of the young boys to fuck with them. Like, you lying. But then elder mother comes out. Lord, I could have sworn, I thought this was going to be an Oliver and Clark situation where elder mother would have heard River talking to Ruth about her and then took him into her trailer. That's where I thought it was going, but she didn't hear. She was like, Ruth, what are you doing? Going to the garden? Well, go now to get some spices. Okay. And this River was like, good morning, elder mother. Okay, that was pretty funny. All right, so just a couple of scenes here. Yeah, last two scenes. So Andrew is cleaning his gun. Tally comes up to talk with him, and she says she'll go to the highest to stay there in love. And he's like, I don't care. Well, if you do that, how about you tell him also about how you were fucking Yancy on the bus? Okay, I'll go. Basically, she's trying to plead for forgiveness and everything, but he's not buying it. So why don't you just leave? When he said that, I'm like, oh, is this like the catalyst for her trying to escape? And then this how she ends up at Richard and Nancy's house. But basically, as soon as she goes off, he's like, fine, don't tell him. Just give me some time. And I'm thinking, Andrew's dealing with a lot right now, from almost having his cover blown to killing William, and then the highest says he wants to speak to him in the morning, and having to deal with covering up his wife's murder. There was just, he ain't got time for Tally right now. And then of course, after seeing her on the bus, he's not really in the mindset to go through a conversation with her right now. He's still pissed, but apparently she's like, hey, meet me at midnight in our spot. He's like, don't do it, you're going to get in trouble. I'll be there waiting for you. And I'm thinking, I don't know, this might actually lead to some Yancy situation, because remember, Ruth was like, well, Andrew wants to kill him anyway, probably. So I feel like if Tally's waiting for Andrew in their spot, we might see Yancy sneak up on her or something, and that could lead to a confrontation, but we'll have to wait and see. Then we get to the last scene, which confused the hell out of me. Okay. So it is clearly nighttime, and guys, remember, the compound in DC are pretty much like a 90 minutes or a couple hours, no more than 3 hours away. I forgot the exact, it's like between 90 minutes and 3 hours away from each other. What is it, Rockwell, Virginia to DC? Basically, it's same time zone. So, I mean, was this a situation where, was the cliffhanger ending a scene that took place the night before the morning that we're currently in? Because if not, that means this entire episode skipped from the morning all the way to that night. And Tally is, which again means we're like Tally being 36 to 48 hours alive or in the compound longer than she should still be alive on the oval. But whatever. So here's the thing that tripped me out. We got this beaten up pickup truck, You Never Let Me Drive, Taylor Swift reference. I honestly don't know if that was Oliver, because of the fact that Daikon, if I remember correctly, Daikon told Clark to send Oliver on the assignment. If the woman is there, bring her back to him unharmed. Whoever put on the mask and everything and went into the house, opened the shower while allegedly Sarah was in there, fired 2 bullets, and then ran off. Something ain't right. I don't think that was Oliver. But like I said, I'll get to that in a separate video. But overall, this was an okay episode. Like I said, I just felt like a lot of characters felt seemingly out of character, while some of them, like the elder mothers, their demeanors were justified. The first scene between Daikon, the highest, and Andrew, it felt off to me, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, in any case, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon.